to everyone, and today we are going to see on innovation and IPR, intellectual property rights. So already my colleagues, they have taken, Dr. Jayasiman has taken academic research. Probably he might have explained how the PhDs are, one has to carry out. I don't know, many of you might have been completed PhD, but he might have explained what is the process in PMIST. Next is our colleague Mr. Dr. Balakkumar Pichai could have explained. He is one of the topmost scientists, and he could have explained the publication process. There are, because since he is an expert there, he may come later. We are going to, if there is a time, we'll go through some of his material, because he said last time he took it around 5:30. Today we are going to see on innovation. My colleague, another Dr. Appavu is supposed to take, tomorrow he is going to take. He is going to talk only on sponsored research. The proposal which you are going to apply to get a grant, that's a plan. So I will rush through it. Probably some of you already may know, just a formal introduction. I did my bachelor's in chemistry, please ma'am, bachelor's in chemistry and master's in environmental science, and later I did my PhD in Anandhistory, Chennai. Then I went for my second PhD in Czech Republic, then 2 years postdoc in Osaka University, Japan. Last 18 years I'm here. 4 months in between I went to Australia for one fellowship. This is my background. So Dr. Balakkumar Pichai and myself, we wrote a small code together. One of his book is available in the library. Anytime you can go and refer it. In his book, in preface, we have this quote. So you can go and see that we have, it's what we want to say. I don't know whether it's very clear. Research and teaching together. Probably sir might have already told you, a good teacher, it is not necessary to be a researcher. Whereas a good researcher definitely will be a good teacher. Probably, I don't know, because if, since I have we all had some exposure, we say, like when I was in India also, I used to say, there is a limitation of resources, we don't have an instrument on all this. But of course, with the limitations, what we can do, that's the bet we have to see. Always limitation is there everywhere. One of our colleagues now who worked in biotechnology, now is in Canada. They also in Canada, they also have limitation. Resources not there every time, everywhere. With the limited resources, what we can do. So that's a point we would like to see that. So when you teach, going to be many of you might have been already a teacher, and when you teach, always a university and colleges, there is a difference. Probably you know that already, they might have explained. A college need not to address or need not to focus on research, whereas in university need to focus on research and development and innovation. That is why in the university a faculty can become a professor, whereas in a college you cannot become a professor. So I hope you understand. If you work in a college, you cannot become a professor, but if you work in a university, you can become a professor. That one of the reason is where we are supposed to do research. So don't take as a burden. You just only thing, you take care of your personal life, automatically your professional life will be better. So you don't need to sacrifice your personal life. That's very important. So people may say something like that, you have to sacrifice your personal life, so on. It is not so. Just take care of your personal life, automatically you will become a good researcher. We met, of course, you don't know, who's one of the 2000 papers published, who's C.N.R. Rao. People working in the material science, they met Dr. Manivannan, probably they knowing it. Dr. C.N.R. Rao, he has got a prize equal to Nobel Prize, and he also got Bharat Ratna in our place. He published 2000 articles. All the 2000 articles, it is not like combining with someone else and not publish something like that. He personally gone through all the manuscript. Of course, he is one of the leading person in India. whereas he said he compared with him one of the famous scientists, where he published 1500, Sina Rao published 2000 articles. Of course, he also, there is a problem. Probably Dr. Balakkumar would have explained about the plagiarism, retraction and everything. Dr. Sina Rao also got 4 retraction. Imagine 2000 papers, he got 4 retraction. This went to all over the world. This can happen because student can do some mistakes. So don't believe in students if they bring a manuscript. Research cannot be done overnight. So step is a process. So if you have to formulate a problem, you discuss, you note down, then next step, next step, next step. Don't ask anywhere, put your name on the manuscript without your permission. It can also a problem. People in the professors in the IIT, they lost the job just because of the manipulation in the research paper. Research papers are important, not at the cost of like something else. Yeah, that you will understand later. Don't be afraid. It is very easy process. So always you have to put the content of the presentation. And research fundamentals of IPR, we are going to see IIC, Institution Innovation Council. It is there in PMIST. So the idea of Innovation Council, I am going to explain in detail. It is almost all the institution in India, they have to have IIC. So probably if you worked in the previous in some institute, they might have also had IIC. So then ITNT and Hollow Science and Research Survey. So there are points which I would like to start from WIPO. Every year, April 26 is considered as a WIPO, World Intellectual Property Organization observes a IPR day. It's an international day. So what is IPR? That we are going to see. It's about something intellectual. I can share the slides, so you don't need to copy. And also it's recorded, this lecture, and I can also give the record to you. If you are, just if you listen and if you interact, that's more than enough. Okay. Properties are 2 types, tangible, intangible. Tangible is something which is, you have a property. Example, I have a water bottle. After seeing immediately, you can guess some value for this. Yeah, some value, maybe few hundreds. But if idea is going to come or research is going to come from your mind, that may be not so easy to measure the value of the property. That's what we are going to. If something is going to come from your brain, it may change the entire world. So the cost is not so easy to determine. That's what we are going. So if that is so, somebody can steal your property and they can claim that is their own property. Example, if we have a home, if somebody is occupying, definitely we know exactly this location is belong to us because it's registered on us, the car is registered on us, so we can give a case to the police. Whereas if something comes out of a brain that has a big value, a big company can steal your innovation. That we are going to prevent. That is a tangible. Intellectual property always have some definition. It's a Wikipedia definition. Intellectual, it means capacity, creativity, knowledge and so on, owned or registered. It is registered on you. So the innovation should be registered on you. That's very important. There are still many things are there we are not going to discuss. I would like to, before going to the fundamentals, I hope you all may know that one person at least, yeah, you know, the person who was on right, particularly software they know very well, but others also. Bill Gates, one of the richest person in those days. In those days, I mean 10 years before, not now. He is the owner of the Microsoft. Another one is a programmer, a simple programmer who has a company in the US. He is from Australia. Imagine a richest person stolen his property. A richest person is stealing someone's property. நிறைய பணம் இருக்கவங்க திருடுவாங்களா? ஆனால் இவர் திருடினார். Of course, Bill Gates is doing a lot of activities. He is giving donation to everywhere in the world for poor countries, AIDS and so on. He is doing a lot of activities. He is also, he's divided his property between his wife and ex-wife and his son, daughters and everything and so on. But while he was in richest place, he stole. What is the story is small, I will make it. This person Richardson is a left side, is a very good programmer. He wrote in a program which can which will run in the Windows. When we start window, it will run, the program will run, and the security program is wrote. So Microsoft, Bill Gates asked his employees, so please write such a program. He has already registered, he got it patented, but there is one difference. In India, if you write a program, it cannot be patented, but in US it can be patented. There is a difference. Yeah, you understand. In India, software cannot be patented, whereas it can be copyright can be done, whereas in US it can be done as a patent can be done. So the reason is the law is different from country to country. Yeah, US has a different law, India can have different law. It's unique in nature. Now he has stolen his software. He tried and no one has written like exactly like him. So his Bill Gates got bothered. He wants to steal it because he wants to release. He has given the date for the Windows. So he took all the software and put it in his Windows and released. Now this guy has filed a case. Then it went very long, and the story is finally they come with out of court settlement. Probably you know what is the meaning of out of court settlement. Bill Gates gave money, huge money, and we don't know exactly how much money. The case was settled. Okay, like this, a few dispute. India and Pakistan is as a basmati rice. Probably you might have heard this basmati rice dispute. Basmati rice is a special rice which we make it for biryani or some special occasion, and is very expensive. The aroma is different. It is grown only between India and Pakistan, Himalayan region. So a scientist from India, terrific scientist, he went to a biotechnologist, went to US, and he made a genetic modification, and he brought this aroma into genetically. Artificially he brought the aroma. Now he made it as a Texmadi, and he got a patent in US. Now what will be happen? He got a patent in US on this rice, artificial rice, not artificial means genetically modified rice. What will happen to India and Pakistan? India and Pakistan cannot export basmati rice anymore. Lost the market. Now India and Pakistan filed, and they spent a lot of money. You know, the lawyers are very expensive. The story went, and finally they claimed that traditional knowledge cannot be patented because it's a traditional knowledge of our country, India and Pakistan. Because we were one of the